tonight to hear from Donald Trump. He joins us on this Monday morning, as he does every Monday. Mr. Trump, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, so here we've got this president who's famous for being on message and being able to sell things to people who might not necessarily want to buy it. He's got trouble with his own party. Democrats don't want to go along with striking Syria.
Well, number one, a simple reason, it's a bad idea. We have a lot of problems in this country. We owe $17 trillion. You have Russia putting ships all around Syria. You have Russia sending different things and sending lots of bad messages. And not that Russia's supposed to scare us, but what are we getting out of this? This is going to be another disaster like Iraq, potentially. It's going to be another disaster like so many other things we've done in this country. I mean, you look at what's happening in Iraq, fellas, it's just disgraceful. Mm-hmm. It's blowing up around us, and any day now Iran will just go, they've already taken it over.
Well, let me just tell you something. All we had to do was leave a skeleton force there, and it wouldn't have been happening, but this president was determined to do it.
Well, they blew Iraq, let's face it, and Bush was no help either, because we shouldn't have been there. But here we are going into a situation where we're going to bomb people. Now, if one of these missiles lands in the wrong location, lands in a neighborhood, and civilians are killed, it's something this country's never going to live down. It's going to be a disaster. Mm-hmm. And here's the problem. I mean, the great General MacArthur, the great Patton, General Patton, we don't broadcast attacks. Look, I feel we shouldn't do the attack at all. I feel strongly about it. We have other problems. We're fighting for rebels who hate us. We're fighting for rebels who kill Christians. They go around killing Christians, and we're fighting for them. This is what we're doing.
Here's what Conrad...
Number one, we shouldn't be doing. But how do you, if you are going to do it, did you ever see stupidity like we're doing right now? I was saying General MacArthur would be spinning in his grave. Yep. We're going to attack you. It's going to be a light attack. It won't be much.
It's going to be on Tuesday at 10 a.m. But Donald, since you have you're the master of selling things, if you were advising President Obama, how would you tell him to sell this?
Again, it's a very hard sell, but the problem that he's got is that for 5 years he's abandoned a lot of these people that he's now calling, and all he can do is continue to do what he's doing. I mean, it's like I was watching the congressman before where he called into the White House and nobody ever got back to him. It's a tough sell for somebody that hasn't treated these people very well over a 5-year period.
Sure.
All he can do is do what he's going to do. He's going to make a speech tomorrow night from the Oval Office. He's going to do whatever he is. I think it's going to be a very, very tough sell. This country is tired of fighting for people that hate us.
Well, you know what, Mr. Trump, according to Politico, apparently behind the scenes, and this is not what you're going to hear the president say, but the White House people and top Democrats are saying to Democrats that the presidency depends on your yes vote. Unless the Democrats vote yes, he will be crippled when it comes to his agenda. Nothing's going to get passed. That could be one of the reasons why the representative from Washington, D.C., Eleanor Holmes Norton, said she would vote yes, even though she doesn't think it's a good idea. Listen to this.
If he gets saved at all, I think it'll be because of loyalty of Democrats. They just don't want to see him shamed and humiliated on the national scene.
Yeah, right.
At the moment, that's the only reason I would vote for it if I could vote, darn it.
Is that a reason to vote?
Well, I know Eleanor Holmes Norton. In fact, I'm going to be with her tomorrow because, as you know, we've been awarded on Pennsylvania Avenue, the old post office, and we're making the big announcement and showing what it's going to be like. It's going to be a spectacular woman. I know her. I like her a lot. My daughter Ivanka likes her a lot. What she's showing is that she's a very loyal woman. Yeah. She disagrees with it, but she's a very loyal woman. I fully understand that. She's being loyal to the president.
I got to ask you something. Conrad Black is making a lot of news, but this statement, he's evidently an astute foreign policy observer. He says, not since the disintegration of the Soviet Union in 1991 and since the falling of France in 1940 have there been such a swift erosion of world influence of a great power as we are witnessing now with the United States. Is that overstating what's happening before our eyes?
Only Conrad Black could say it so well. I will say I think it's exactly true. We are not respected. I've been saying this for a while. We are not respected as a nation like we once were. We are going down, and we're going down rapidly. We're a country with tremendous deficits, with tremendous debt. It's a different deal. I mean, you have a general now, our Patton, is saying, oh, no, it doesn't matter. We don't need to talk about, it doesn't matter when we attack. You know, there used to be a thing called, like, you don't want to give the You don't want to give the enemy any warning.
Loose lips sink
Did you ever see a thing
ships.
like this in your life?
Yep. And be sure to watch Chris Wallace's interview with the president tonight. In the meantime, the IRS apparently doing a parody of your hit show, The Apprentice. They spent $10K on this. Watch this, Donald.
I make stars out of everything. But in this case, you're fired.
Oh, nice hair.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the screen or not, Donald. I'm scared to find out what you think about this.
I don't mind the acting, but the look. Do I look like that? Wow, I'm in trouble. If I look like that, it's time to just pack it in. That is a tough one. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm being targeted, and I'm being targeted by different groups of people, but that's okay. Maybe it's an honor. You have to look at it as a badge. I wish they could have picked maybe like Tom Cruise or somebody.
Yeah, right. Brad, dude, you talk about me, by the way. Donald, that's nothing compared to what I deal with on SNL.
Oh, yeah, what they do to you is, and you're not a fat person.
Thank you.
What they do to you is just incredible. There's no question. I always say, whenever I watch that and I see you, and I say he must be, I say Brian must be going nuts.
Right.
Yes.
That would be accurate.
Yes.
It's actually not the acting also, it's the weight in your case, right?
Brian doesn't even care what the guy says that he's saying. He only cares what he looks like.
Well, that look is important, but they didn't get you very well.
All right. Well, that guy didn't get you very well either, Donald. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
All right. I'm sure Donald Trump will be watching Chris Wallace tonight. Meanwhile, coming up on